Hey folks, I love smoked ribs, and I've got a great smoker in my backyard thanks to Mom and Dad. But not everybody has a smoker, and I've got a great recipe for oven smoked ribs that turn out incredibly well. Here's the ones I made today. They're absolutely beautiful. 2 slabs here. There are only a few simple ingredients, and here's how it goes together. Now I make my own dry rub mixes for my grilling and for smoking. And here's what I have for this one. It's 5½ teaspoons of paprika, 3½ teaspoons of black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, 1½ teaspoons of cumin, 1½ teaspoons of oregano, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1½ teaspoons of garlic powder, 1½ teaspoons of onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and 2½ teaspoons of brown sugar. I'll put all those into my little mini prep here. I'll blend them up. And I'm only going to use about 1/3 of a cup of these for my ribs. Now when you buy ribs, some will have the silver skin on the back of them, and you've got to peel that away with a really sharp knife. This particular one came from my butcher. The silver skin was already gone, but if it's not, you've got to take care of that. The next step is to simply take this dry rub mix and put it all on both sides of the ribs. I put about half of it on the meaty side and about half on the rib side as well. And you're going to rub it all in with your hands if you can. Then I'm going to put those in a plastic bag, seal it up, and give them at least 3 hours to overnight in the refrigerator. When I'm ready to make my ribs, I'm going to slice up 1 large onion, and I'm going to slice up 1 large orange and set those aside. I will preheat my oven to 250 degrees. I'll take a large baking sheet and line it with some heavy-duty aluminum foil and make sure the edges overlap quite a bit because you're going to seal it. I will put my oranges on the bottom. I'll put the onions on top of that. I will pour 1 cup of fresh orange juice on top. And then I'll pour in 2 tablespoons of liquid smoke. If you've never bought liquid smoke before, you can usually find it in the condiment aisle with ketchup. Next, I'll put the ribs on top of everything with the meaty side up. Then I'll put aluminum foil on top and I'll crimp the edges so that everything stays inside. That goes in my oven. You're going to let that go for 3 hours. After 3 hours, you'll take it out. Be very careful. It's going to be very hot on the inside, but that's what the ribs look like, just like that. Beautiful. You're now going to heat the oven up to 350 degrees. And you're going to get a fresh tray. And you're going to take the ribs, take them rib side up now. And you're going to take about 1/3 of that barbecue sauce and brush that all over the bottom of the ribs. That's going to go back in the oven for about 10 minutes. When it comes out, you're going to flip the ribs over and put the remaining of the barbecue sauce on the meaty side. That's going to go in the oven for about 20 minutes and your ribs are done. And here's the final product. And I'll do a little slice so you can take a look at what these ribs look like. Yum, yum, yum. So those are my smoked ribs. Pretty easy from the oven, right? Simple ingredients, great flavor. Just give it a little time. It turns out great every single time. I'm gonna give myself a little taste here, but before I do, I want to remind you that the recipe's on our website at waynesweekend.com, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for this and a whole lot of other fun things still to come. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. These are good.